Hello, everyone. Julie here. I thought I would come on and share another one of my astral projection experiences. This one was quite brief, but very meaningful. And so my usual sort of method, um, it was an indirect method where you wake up couple hours before you normally would, and then for a few minutes, then you go back to bed with intention that you will astral project, and allowed myself to just fall asleep. So next thing you know, I'm coming out of a dream and I'm conscious and aware of vibrations. Um, and so I thought maybe I'll let myself experience these vibrations for a little bit longer. Maybe that'll make a difference and it'll deepen the experience. I wasn't sure. And then finally, I just decided I'm going to roll out of bed, which I did. I kind of rolled out and landed on my hands and knees, and I'm on the carpet and I crawled, away from my physical body. And I recognized that the carpet was like a blue-green and it was kind of shaggy, something you might see from the 70s. And just taking note, I just like to observe and try to remember as much as possible of these experiences. And I decided I would do something that I had heard of recently, which is I sat down cross-legged and I decided to meditate Om, to hopefully have a deeper experience into higher astral realms. So I was doing that for a few minutes, and then I decided, I get a little impatient sometimes, even when I'm trying to meditate, when I'm out of body. Hilarious. But so I fell forward. So I'm cross-legged, right? And I decided I'm going to fall forward, and I'm mentally thinking I want to project to a higher realm and talk with my guide. Often, most of the time, my intentions are to, at least these days, to meet a guide and ask where I come from and why I came to Earth, what my purpose is here, and really the purpose of all creation, the big question, the purpose of everything. And that's me. I want to know. And I have met one guide before, and I know we all have several guides, or I hear that we do, and so I'm like, I want to meet a guide. And so I fall forward. I feel like a spinning, and I didn't feel like it was working. So I decided, okay, I'm just going to stand up and raise my arms and hands to the ceiling, which is a really common way for me to go to higher realms. And so I stand up and lift my arms and my hands, and I say, fly. It's this intention, fly. And so I flew up, and I tried to open my eyes during flight and said clarity, because I couldn't see. And then for some reason, which happens occasionally, I started to become like sort of afraid that I'd open my physical eyes. So I stopped saying that, and I just continued flying. And then I started rubbing my hands together and clapping. Again, something pretty common for me in my experiences. Take me to my guide, take me to a higher astral, take me to my guide. And in this moment, for whatever reason, I reminded the universe that only positive, high vibrational beings who had my best and highest good were allowed to connect with me. And as I'm sort of putting that out into the universe, I landed sort of in it's always like sort of land. I guess it's landing. I don't know how else to explain it, but I landed or appeared in a town. I guess it was sort of a town, part of a town. And there's all types of people walking around, men and women, old and young. And I was standing by a wooden crate, about, knee high or above, and large crate. And I was going to just kind of stand there and take in the scenery. And there's no grass. It was dirt. It was all dirt. So a woman kind of off to the distance started approaching me, or it seemed like she's walking in my direction. And I started walking, and I was going to walk past her, but then she grabbed my hands and smiled and said, "Hello, come with me." And she took my hand and she walked or began walking me in like the general direction sort of I noticed of everyone else was walking, which was toward like this old building. And all the buildings looked old, almost like the crate that I was standing next to, just plain dark wood, really. And everything was really basic, rustic. And, but so here's the curious thing. The woman was wearing an ivory pantsuit. And I remember thinking how sharp she looked with her ivory blazer, and like totally opposite from the look of this section of town. She was ethnic looking, dark skin, dark eyes, curly dark brown hair, just past her shoulders. Seemed like it had some highlights maybe. Like 5'7", slender, 40-ish years old, and she's beautiful. And I just felt like, I felt like I knew her. And so I'm just walking with her. She takes my hand. She's going to take me somewhere. Like, okay, let's go. And as we walked, I said, I can see, but so I was a bit confused because I was using my senses to see, not my sight at this time. There's no third eye. My eyes really, I don't think my non-physical eyes were functioning at that time, but it's so hard to explain, but all of a sudden I realized, oh wait, I'm not really using my non-physical eyes. I'm using something else, but I can still see. And I said, why can I see? And she chuckled and she said, I'm going to help you understand all of that. And then, wouldn't you know it, of course, the experience began fading as we were walking, and then I was back in bed. So it's a meaningful experience for me. I felt like, okay, this is one of my guides. She wanted to teach me something. Maybe we did go on and she taught me something, and I just couldn't bring it back with me. And it's still somewhere in my subconscious. I don't know. But I feel really good about that experience, and just thought I would come on and share that with you, that I'm still going out of body, still having some lucid dreams and going out of body, and still practicing and enjoying it. And I hope you are too. Share with me any experiences that you've been having, if you've met a guide, what your techniques are, or anything else you'd want to share. All right, guys, I'm going to sign off. Good chatting with you for a couple minutes, and we'll see you on the next interview. Okay, take care. Bye.